Hello, welcome to my bedroom for another couple of days. Today I'm talking about Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. It was published in 1959. This book is about a mentally handicapped man called Charlie Gordon, who is the first human to undergo surgery to make him intelligent. The most successful intelligence increasing operation before that had been on a mouse called Algernon, and since he sustained his level of intelligence, which is about 3 times normal or something, that was the impetus for them to start testing on humans, and Charlie was the first person to go through that. It's written in first-hand progress reports from Charlie himself, so it starts with him having absolutely awful spelling because he doesn't know what's going on, and you can see from his style of writing in the reports that he's getting more intelligent, and then he becomes hyper intelligent. He's got an IQ of 180 or something, and he's learned loads of languages, but his emotional development is still quite slow. So we see him try to understand how to live in the world as an adult, and he also has a lot of flashbacks to him as a child with his family that lead him to understand how he became the person he was before the operation. The problem, though, arises when Algernon, the lovely white mouse, starts losing it a little bit. You can see his intelligence slowly regress and he starts acting out, and Charlie realises that that may happen to him and he may lose all the intelligence he's gained. So that describes the first 2/3 of this book, probably. You can guess where it goes from there. This tugged on my heartstrings so much. You really feel for Charlie when he's talking about, being scared and like shitting himself when he was a kid because he didn't understand what was going on and then being punished for it. And it's just really strong. I didn't particularly care for the characters or the setting or the plot. I think that could have been a bit more fun, but the psychology in it and how much you empathize with Charlie and join him on his growth as a person made this a really good book. I'm going to start with talking about how I'm a bad person. I don't think I've ever laughed at a mentally handicapped person dropping plates all over the place like what happens in this book, but I've definitely laughed at people for giving stupid responses to things. I'm very aware that I look down on people that aren't as intelligent as me. Never intentionally, never in a particularly accusatory or malicious way. It's just I am aware that there is a difference. I don't treat people like they could understand quantum mechanics if I know that they couldn't. Laughing at anybody is just not nice. It's horrible. I don't know what in us makes us ever do that in the first place naturally. And as Sirius Black would say, if you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at the way he treats his inferiors and not his equals. I don't think I'm that bad with the way I treat people. I'm certainly could be better, but I eat animals. That's not a good thing. And they're only, if you say that a mentally handicapped person is a less cognitively developed, then the step down from that is animals, maybe even plants at the bottom of that list. And I don't treat plants with any respect, but they, might have minds. They have reactions. They have responses to things. I don't think there's a specific line to be drawn, like treat insects perfectly, but don't give a shit about plants or whatever. But at least within our own species, I think I could definitely have a lot more humility and patience with people that don't grasp things as fast as I do. Second topic, how far should we go? Should we do stuff like operations to enhance your intelligence? I've been thinking so much about this recently. I've been thinking about like singularity and artificial intelligence and Black Mirror and mortality and loads of stuff. And it seems like there are so many unfair things that we could theoretically solve with medicine, operations, etc. But should we? I do think it's really unfair if mentally handicapped people can be made more intelligent. Why wouldn't we? If like everybody below an IQ of 100 was just brought up to 100. But then who's to say that we don't all make ourselves super geniuses? Like, where's that limit? I don't think there is one, which is why I don't think we should do it at all. My line is like, let's cure cancer. Let's not fuck up our minds. I think that's one of the huge morals of the story, is that they couldn't really get it quite right. Massively the aspect of how it affects humans personally, because it's talked about so candidly from the perspective of Charlie. It's really affecting his life, and he often feels like he's treated like a lab rat because they just think of him as this thing to experiment on, when he's saying all the time, I have feelings, this is really affecting me, you can't just fuck with me like this. So if we can ever do this, let's just not. The final thing I want to talk about is regression, which I think is one of the most upsetting things in the world. I've never personally known anybody that suffers with Alzheimer's or dementia, but I can't fathom how awful that would be. Say I was blind from birth. I could live with that because I would just get on with my life. But going blind now at this stage in my life, when I know how much I value my sight, I wouldn't be able to handle it because I would constantly be comparing my life to my life with sight, and it would drive me mad. And that's one thing, but when you regress to the point that you can't understand where you regressed from, oh, it's heartbreaking. And I think I will end on that note. Heartbreaking. This has been Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. I hope you like it. If you've read it, tell me what your favourite thing about it was. I will see you soon. Bye.